Hi, good evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening. What date is it? 12th of December. So not long till Christmas now. Not long at all. I know for a fact that even the hardest, strongest person gets emotional at Christmas. And it's one of those times, if you're used to having a drink, you're going to hit the drink, but harder. All this time, there's, people have time off and all that sort of thing. And if you've been off the booze for a while, it's very tempting just to have one or two. I think you're going to have one or two. How's drinker? Very sober, thanks. Had a good day, had a good week actually. Hi Neil, okay? Nice to see you. So I'm going to talk really about how keeping sober at Christmas. It's not that difficult if you focus. We're all adults on here, we're not kids. And you've got to remember that it's just another day, isn't it? Christmas Day. It's Christmas Eve. I used to work a lot of Christmases because I was in the police service in London. I didn't mind because I was there to do a job. That was before I had a daughter, of course. It's for kids, but we'd always have too much to drink at Christmas time. And it is emotions and hit people, another year over and all this. Those songs would go, another year over, and what have you done? And you focus on family. Most of you, as getting a bit older, you know somebody who's maybe been very ill or passed away, all these sort of things. You've done when you're young. You've got loads of young mates and everything's tickly about. As you get a bit older, things change. And the best thing you can do is stay healthy and support everybody else. And it's not that easy. So you've got to really focus. You've got to make sure that you plan your Christmas a little bit, because it's about now, really, towards the middle of December is when all these Christmas parties start preparing and people start going to the pub a bit more. And then there's lunches and all that sort of thing. I know quite a few people who I've done one-to-one mentoring and support for who are quite high up in the corporate world. And when they say they're not going to the do or they're not drinking, people are horrified. I mean, we're talking, big earners, clever folk here. And it's not just, it's across the board. I mean, it's just, it can creep up on you very quickly, especially relapse, because you don't realize how deep into it you are. And when you get sober, it's so easy to fall back. It's probably the most easy drug to get, isn't it? I just get a couple of cans from Asda, a couple of cans from whatever shop it is, We'd all stay sober together. Yeah, it's a good point. Hi, John, nice to see you. I'm just talking basically about how we're going to stay sober at Christmas. I know I can, because I've done it before. I've no compulsion to drink. But I know a lot of people on the channel will just think, as I did many times, I don't know why we do it, only if I can just have one. We've never survived on one in the past, have we? We've always had more and more. And that led to all sorts of health problems and financial problems as well for a lot of people, Drinking is expensive. It was expensive when I was young. I used to drink in central London. It was mad. Absolutely crazy, the price, the amount of money I spent on booze. Not just at Christmas, or every week. So Christmas to me wasn't any different, really. Neil, I'm 5 months sober and staying away. Well done, Neil. Yeah, just keep focused. Don't let others push you off track, MJ, hi Steve. Well, thanks, MJ. I hope you're well yourself. So Christmas time is an emotional time. It can be really beat you down a bit. You've got to be strong, because it's a year over, and people always reflect back. What could I have done better? What you can do in your situation now, most of us heavy drinkers on here, or alcoholics, I still call it that. People call it alcohol used to, so I think we're alcoholics. I'm an alcoholic. It's as simple as that. That's what it used to be called. That's what it is. I rely on alcohol. I used to rely on alcohol. I'm going to be very careful not to have it. And a lot of people don't realize what it's like being an alcoholic. They just think it's all your fault. Oh, you'd be all right with just one. They don't understand the chemistry, the brain chemistry that kicks in when you have just one. You want two, and four, and eight. And very quickly you can be in a total fucking mess. I swear that's the way it is. Drinking the weekends are difficult, but last weekend was already more easy. Yeah, it's just time. Focus on how well you feel when you're not drinking. And then, if you fancy a drink, you really, somebody pushes you. Think about how ill you were. You shouldn't stop. Because if you take a photograph, how will you? Or just think back. God, I was really ill that day. I couldn't go to work or crashed a car, whatever happened. And you won't drink. You've got to focus on your health and think, I am going to get myself messed up here if I drink. I'm going to die too early. It's not good. 25 tell. All the sort of mouse have got the drink deals on. Same all over the next 2 weeks, isn't it? They'll have drink deals on for Christmas and New Year. It's madness. It's drink, 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 isn't it? But I don't know where the government policy has gone for on this. So we were in a restaurant, me and my partner today. It was a pub, actually, pub restaurant. And there was a huge poster. It said, drink, drink, drink. I said, I'll put it on a post. Incredible, isn't it? There's no poster saying, take cocaine, take cocaine, take cocaine. It's madness. Sober Swims, wishing you a very happy Christmas, Steve. Thanks so much. And you just finished up work today and won't be back until the new year. Work with kids as a youth worker, and that can make you crave a drink. I bet I can, yeah. Performance, so well done. Keep at it, yeah. You must keep at it, because the better you feel, the more. It's a bit of a trap in some ways. You can feel really good and think, I feel really good. I've been off the drinks for 6 months. I'll just try one. That's what happened to me over and over again. Be very careful. And in the end, obviously, I had to stop because I was told I was going to die. I don't need to get that level. Okay, indeed, in the supermarket here, it's buy one, get one free. Jesus, mad, isn't it? John, the price in pubs. Oh, joke now, anyway. Even a Coke would cost you £5 in most London pubs. I know. I'm going to Manchester next week to see my daughter, then we'll go to London for a while. It's just a bit of time anyway. And I used to drink in London. I've drank in London for nearly 25 years. God knows what I've spent. But wasn't just that. Money comes and goes. It's your health you can't replace, isn't it? And the time lost to family and this sort of thing. That's the problem. And it's just so easy to get back into it, isn't it? Even after 8 years, I was frightened to drink really, but I drank because I felt a bit of pressure in the relationship. And I thought, I'll just have one, I'll be all right. But very soon I started to feel dizzy again. I'll have another one. Because alcohol used to give me a lot of energy. I used to feel better. And then it got to the point where I couldn't drink at all. The body was rejecting it. And this is the sort of state you get into. And then obviously the next stage of that was dying, isn't it? Dying too early. Sober Swims, absolutely, you forgot. You forget all the previous damage done. So if you do, you think, oh, proved I can stay off it. If I want to, I don't have a problem. How many of us said that? Yeah, never again. Oh, every day. I remember when I was in the meth police in the mornings, 6:30, people would just come in. Not everybody was heavy drinker, but a few of us were. Right, we're not going out at all anymore this week for drinks after work. 3 days later, we'll be in the pub again. Even the same day, we'll be in the pub. It's crackers, isn't it? Hello, Stuart. How are you doing? Nice to see you. So it's quite difficult to stay off for Christmas, but you have to do it for your health. And the fantastic feeling on New Year's Day, on the 2nd of January, really, when things go out a bit more back to normal, is that you've stayed sober. You feel good. Everyone else just traipsing around looking like death. Well, death warmed up, really. Worried about the credit card bills. Worried about what has happened in the marriage and all this sort of thing. And you can be fresh as a daisy. There's nothing like waking up early January and thinking, God, I feel really good. I'm going to go for a walk, or I'm going to the gym, or make some nice food. And just get it back to a normal life. Because there's no normal life in drinking. You're just up and down and up. It's crazy. Hi, Simona. Hope you're well. Nice to see you. The weather's a bit better than it was here. John, Simona, good sober evening. Simona. So we've got 2 moderators on now. So you concentrate on that, because it will come back straight away. As soon as you touch that shandy, I used to have a shandy, it'll be all right. Still drinking, yeah. And I don't know what the technical side of it is, but the brain chemistry will just, wow, I've had one, I'll be all right, have another one. And the availability is just everywhere, isn't it? Cheap drinks at Christmas. You've got Dial Drink, you've got all these other companies, Uber Eats and all them, they'll just deliver it to your door. You can get it. I knew a lad who died not long ago. He used to get a taxi to go to the garage from Borco. Thanks very much for the coffee donation. It's really good of you. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. If you want to support the channel, then please, there's a Buy Me Coffee link at the top there. Please do. There's also super chats on the channel, and any support is grateful, of course. Helps us do more. Helps keep the channel at the forefront of this. And as I said many times, I don't think many people do lives. I think they're useful. I'll do a few more this week. I've had a busy week. And then I think I'll do some over Christmas as well. I haven't got that much on over Christmas. Maybe Christmas Eve, because people will be struggling. I know, because I did. I struggled over Christmas when I was on my own, and things are different. I've got a different life now. But when you're down, really down, you're drinking a bit much. You try and drink a bit more Christmas and trying to feel well, and you think the next day is going to be better, but it never is. It never is. So if you want to support the channel, please do like and subscribe. There's lots and lots of videos on there now. 1,800, I think. It's a lot of back catalogue. It's a hell of a lot. But it seems to be doing well. We've got a new voice comment thing that's been put on the channel now. So I can comment via voice. Whether people can understand me is a different story. I have a plan ahead a little bit now. You've only got a little bit of time now before Christmas, so be wary this weekend as well. And next weekend is what they call Black Eye Friday or something, isn't it? I think I'm under the impression that I'm still healing after 4 months. So of course you are. It's going to take time. You can't just turn back. Well, the doctor told me you can't just turn back 40 years drinking in 4 weeks or 4 months. It takes time for everything to settle down, mentally and physically. Thanks, MJ. I wonder who that was. Thanks for that coffee. Really appreciate that. And if anybody else wants to do that, support the channel, and please do. Thanks, MJ. Nice one. Hope you get over Christmas. It's like we've got to get over it, isn't it? People I think, where I finish work, I'm going to go on the drink. We have to get through it. But you'll come through it strong, You will. You get used to it. Then on sober swims. Daily drink was the dodgiest thing ever, wasn't it? Horrendous, that. I told my mate I didn't trust it. They talked me into it. We left the pub at 2 a.m. after the shut. We were still wired, so we got a daily drink. It was really expensive, wasn't it? I don't know if it's nationwide. I got a Newcastle, but I thought, right dodgy outfit, wasn't it? Right squad of twats. Obviously, preying on the vulnerable, isn't it? People need a drink. You need a drink. I needed a drink to survive. Well, I thought I did. I thought I was going to have seizures and also really bad company. God knows what the profits are. I'd be surprised if some of the big wigs have got profits in that company. It's crackers. But yeah, get away from daily drinking. Make a plan now what you're going to do every day. I would. Because I know a lot of workplaces close down. And people think, oh, God, I've got nothing to do. For 2 weeks, I'll just go to the pub. I'll be all right. You're not going to be all right. And you won't get back to work in January. Some people won't get back to work. That's how bad it is. And if you've relapsed a few times, then you're going to be back to square one and back further, really. Because it really will catch up with you. Every time I did it, for a year, and I felt really good. I had this one, I had this one bottle or 2 bottles of still in the cupboard. And wow. It was like having a drug injected. I'd never taken any other drugs other than alcohol. It was incredibly bad. It so caught up with me, I was amazed. But I still did it again. So some skinhead pulled up with a small kid in the passenger seat, and we gave him the money. He said, "Sound lad, it's in the boot." It was there as well. Loads of dead Budweiser. Bloody hell. We still drank it though. Of course we did. Yeah, it was madness, isn't it? Because we needed it, really. What area are you in? Sober Swims? What area do you live? Just a matter of interest. Philip, hi Steve, just tuned in. You're inspiring inspiration to me. Thank you from Phil. Thanks, Phil. Thanks for that. I'm here to help. That's why I started initially. You see, I'm still going now. It's nice to get good messages and people, will you help my son, daughter, or whatever, auntie, uncle? The amount of people that are actually touched by alcohol, the amount of families, there aren't many families haven't been touched by it in some way, Xmas, this internet offers many drinks straight to your door. Just type in what you want, pay, and you're there, just like Uber Eats. Yeah, that's the thing. It wasn't that available when I was drinking heavily in 2014, but it seems to have spiraled now with obviously the COVID thing in it. Yeah, just go on the internet, tap it in, bang, you got 24 cans. Sober Swims, Wexford, mate. Oh, Southeast, I know even, yeah. I just thought that it was a Northeast thing, because the Northeast can be dodgy with things that everywhere can't it? So it must be a universal thing. John, everyone delivers anything these days. Yeah, it's much easier to become an alcoholic. Does that make? I don't know if that makes sense, but does anybody agree with that? It's much easier to get into problem drinking than it was 45 years ago when I started. So the availability seems to be there, which it wasn't. So it seems to have migrated west, unfortunately. Yeah, they seem to have this style of drink. So that's what I think. I think it's easier to have an alcohol problem, if that makes sense to you, because pubs closed in the town I was brought up in. Do you know when I went to London in my 20s, which is still 4 years ago? That the pubs are, I thought, oh, the pubs are great. Yeah, they're open later and there's more availability. Um, and it wasn't restricted really, but it's not restricted at all now, is it? With Weatherspoons. And the price in Weatherspoons must be driving people to alcoholism. It's got to be, isn't it? I keep banging on about that, and people say, "Oh, it's for the working man." No, fair enough if you can control it, but it's full of people that can't control it, isn't it? If you're getting cheap booze, it's a good day out for 20 quid, isn't it? Really, some of the some of the Weatherspoons had a deal on in Newcastle area recently. It was 99 pence for a pint, albeit it won't be particularly good beer, I wouldn't have thought, but it's still 99 pence. It's mad, isn't it? Martin, haven't had a drink for 2 months. Don't miss it all. Good man, Martin. Well done. See, it's good to say that now. There's a lot of people getting sober, trying to get sober, and have been sober for years. But I think, as Sabana mentioned, we're all the same boat. Only one drink away from, well, disaster in some ways, isn't it? Would be for me. I'd be dead in 3 months if I drank again. I know that. That's what keeps me off. My life's much better now. So it's 100% alcohol and gambling. Me and my mates were gambling on our breaks from school back when I lived in Dublin. We were only 14. Used to drink anything we could get our hands onto. Yeah, I know you mean that. I used to drink my dad's home brew. It was fun. Good buzz then when you're a teenager, isn't it? But not now, or not even later on. I think I still had cravings after 2 months sober. Do you have any now then? John, thanks very much, John, for that super chat. It's an amazing donation. Thank you so much. All the online companies deliver late into the night. Keep the good work. Thanks, John. Appreciate it. Really do. Thanks so much. I just think it's so easy to become alcohol dependent, isn't it? If that makes sense. Because when I was younger, shall we say, there wasn't that availability. I don't think petrol stations sold alcohol in. That's just, it wasn't everywhere like it is now, was it? I mean, it just seems to be more available, and that's so dangerous for people who've got a bit of an issue with it. And it becomes a bit of an issue, becomes a major issue, which is, well, life threatening, isn't it? Really, at the end of the day, I just can't believe that I went back to it so many times. Just when I was feeling so rough and that, feeling so ill and just wanted to, curl up and die. Really, that's how bad it was. Thanks again, John. Really appreciate it. If anyone else wants to donate, as John done, then please drop a super chat in. Doesn't have to be a lot. It just helps the channel, keeps it at the front end, and keeps everything ticking over. There's also buy me coffee link there. Thanks very much for all the donations. My cravings are starting to fade away. They will do in time. I think the biggest thing about the cravings is I didn't have them particularly strong. When you've got something else to focus on, then it makes a big difference to your life, because you feel you have some sort of purpose. Because you lose your purpose when you drink. You lose your light. You lose your personality, I would say. So it's mostly I was mixing my mum's vodka with some Coke and pretend I was drinking Coke. I would take some of my granddad's whiskey and mix it with my tea, no one would notice. And they would, wow, you started early, really. John, know you can buy a bottle of vodka at the local power station at 4 a.m. these days. That's mad, isn't it, John? It really is mad. That wasn't available to me. Not I'd ever drank spirits, but you understand, the line I'm coming down. There wasn't the availability. Phil, I've been watching you for 18 months now, Steve. I could say I'm 2 months sober today, so thanks again. Thanks, Phil. Hope you're feeling better, because it makes a massive difference. Just a little bit of time off it, your body will start to feel the benefits of it, won't you? But Steve, when you look back at all your years, how does it make you feel? Can't do anything about it. At the time, I thought it was all right. So it's a bit like, I'm 6'3", it's a bit like saying I want to be 4'8". It's an impossibility, isn't it? You kind of get your time back. So all I try and do now is be a better person. Try and make up a little bit of lost time with people who are still around. And it was one of the things which happened to me. And as one of the doctors says, you don't start out and think, well, I'm going to just drink myself to death. It's not a thing that you consciously do, is it? So that's one of the things you've got to think about. Hello, Samantha. How are you? How are you doing? Nice to see you. And we've had a good week. I have. Really good. This one, I thought I looked quite fresh after quite a busy week. Lisa, hi Lisa. Thanks for everything, Steve. You're welcome, Lisa. I'm just glad that we're getting a lot of people sober here, and a lot of people have stayed sober over the time of being broadcasting really. So Swimsy, unfortunately, it was the first time I'd ever bonded with my dad. On holiday in Turkey, I was 15 and drinking Efes. That was a lovely drink, that Efes, wasn't it? Bloody hell. We had a laugh and actually started connecting. It's sad but true. Yeah, that's the way people used to bond, isn't it, really? First drink I had was when I was about 14, 15 at a holiday camp with my dad. I drank some Guinness. I thought, wow, the feeling I had was incredible. The Guinness was like so smooth. It was like, wow, I've got this substance which will take away all of my inhibitions. Really, I just felt great, and I slept well. And we think you sleep well, but then a few years later, you think, wow, I shouldn't have done that. When you lie in the hospital bed. Hope you're well, Lisa. Hope you're well, MJ. Again, do you think all alcoholics need to hit rock bottom to recover? No, definitely not. Just need a bit more common sense that I didn't have. Unfortunately, I liked it too much. It's a funny one. I think we're all at different stages in life. It happens at different times, and we're all individuals, aren't we? I think you can start a bit earlier. The earlier you start to recover, then the better, obviously. Some can find that bridge once you realise that on the road to the bottom. There's people out there now, like myself, who are going to tell you there wasn't this availability of people telling you stories like this. Well, not stories, real life. When I started, even when I had a bit of a problem, the doctor used to just say, "Cut down a bit, goodbye." That was it. Because they drink as well. Only an alcoholic knows how you feel. I know how you feel. I know where you've been. If that makes sense. So some delicious beer, especially in the heat. Oh, that Efes was nice, wasn't it? Yeah. MP, I appreciate you. That's nice for you to say that. Thanks very much. MB89. Lisa, 3 months off, had a drink, ended up not remembering the last 3 days. The last 3 week days. 3 weeks day one for me. Again, lost my grandchildren as my daughter came. And I'd been drinking. Well, it's not good, is it? Ended up not remember the last 3 weeks. I remember the last 3 weeks. Day one for me. Again, lost my grandchildren. Yes, it's horrific, isn't it? When all this happens to you. It really is, Lisa. And be scared to talk about it, to be honest, but you can talk about it here. We're all in the same boat here. Or there'll be people on here in a much worse position than you are, MB. Just talk freely if you want to. You don't have to. Or you can send me an email. There's links to all of the support on the video as well. So don't be scared of anything. No, I'm not now. John, first drink I had was when at a family party when I was about 12 or 13. It was a can of Harp. Oh, remember that? A Harp. Jesus. It was so weak, wasn't it? The thing is, when you get used to drinking, you want the stronger stuff. I never got to the point of this Western cider stuff where it's about 9%. And 4 bottles of that cider, is the same as, I think it's half a litre of vodka. It's crackers, isn't it? If you took half a litre of vodka to a dinner party or just around your mate or with your girlfriend or whatever, you think, Christ, she's got to drink pop. You took 4 bottles of cider and put them in the fridge. No, that's not a problem. But 9%, that is. Crackers. I hope you can restore your bond with your children, Lisa. Yeah. It's every 3 months, Lisa. Sorry to hear about that. You know where I am. If you need to talk about it, Lisa, I'm here to help, Yeah, a lot of us seem to start at that sort of age, early and mid-teens, isn't it, really? So much have to head off. I wish everyone a very happy Christmas. We'll be on before Christmas. I'm going to do a couple over Christmas. Keep you all in the loop, Channels like this have really helped me in getting stay sober. Good. Best wishes everyone. Great group in this chat. I'll speak to you soon, and thanks for everything, and thanks for being here, and for everyone's support. And we're still here. We'll be over Christmas, don't worry. That's when people might need it a little bit more, actually. Sorry to hear about that, Lisa. Let me get back on track as soon as, because every time you do relapse, it's for everybody this, you will feel worse. It's harder to stop if you go straight to withdrawal, you see. when you have relapsed a few times with this kindling effect. It's worth having a look at that in the kindling effect. Cheers, Steve. Look forward to it. Good man. Drinking my first drink was on my 14th birthday. Was it 14th beer in the youth club? There you go. See, I didn't have any. Mine was more controlled actually. In that I used to nick my dad's home brew, but wasn't not on the street really. Jonathan Gould, hi Jonathan. Hi Jonathan. It says see you. Amanda Roberts ads on TV on Mad. They start at 9 a.m. Bottle up, bottle thrust in my face. I've cut down but not stopped. It is a very vicious circle, 100%. You're welcome, Lisa. You know where I am. It's a terrible vicious circle or cycle. You get into this. So, as mentioned earlier, myself and my partner went for a bit of lunch earlier. This place, and there was this food menu, and then it was a drink menu. Drink. It's like what? You know the guy of Father Ted, the forget was he a priest or something? Good drink like that. Crazy. So when I used to stay up late on a Saturday night, Dad would bring me back a bottle of woodpecker cider when he forgot. I used to play up and give him abuse. God, hilarious thing back now. It is, isn't it? Happy days. Oh no. I mean, my mother used to say, she used to say to me, but she still lied. She wouldn't admit it now, but she used to say, "You'd be all right with beers because it's mainly water." And I remember me going back with a friend once. With my best mate's now dead, unfortunately, but she used to say, "Get it down, yeah." What's all that about? Anyway, those were the days. Woodpecker and harp. Remember snakebite? That was a terrible drink, wasn't it? People used to drink snakebite because I thought it was a bit stronger. But it's still less than what people drink now, as in volume, ABV and that sort of thing. So I think now it's much easier to become an alcoholic. And I think that the health service is just waiting for it to explode, to be fair. Because I know that people, because I did a bit of work with the alcohol care team in Newcastle Hospital, and the specialist nurse who does the liver, carry on, said that people are going to hospital much younger. So the whole thing about people aren't drinking as much, younger people I'm on about, yeah, they're still drinking, they're stronger. They're just not in the pubs as much. Kathy, hi, Kathy. How are you doing? Everyone's doing okay, I think. A couple of people have had a little bit of a wobble, but we'll get them back on track. I mean, the main reason I put this out tonight was because it's coming to Christmas, and it's a very reflective time, and people get emotional. I'm quite an emotional person myself, and I'm sober as a judge. So you've got to watch yourself, especially if you're newly sober, you're contemplating cutting down, all this sort of thing. You know, you've got to be really careful because you just think that little one, you know. What in these cans of party 7 pints a can mandatory at every party, wasn't it? Yeah. It's nearly a gallon, isn't it? I've got a mate who's a builder. He used to say to me, "Do you fancy a gallon?" He used to have 8 pints. He would never have less than 8 pints in a session, ever. That was the minimum, obviously. You'd go overboard and go more, get more. Never go for 3. Always 8. And he did that every time. Fancy a gallon. Looking back, I think, yeah, 8 pints wasn't bad. But every day he did it, every day. But and more, I mean. Philip, as if again, the urge to drink can come at any time, and I find if I give it 20 minutes and it tapers off, so don't pick up the first one as a golden rule. Of course it is, yeah. Do not pick it up. Gaza even says that. I know he's had a lot of problems with alcohol. Paul Gascoigne, the ex-footballer, you know. Don't touch the first one, you'll be fine. That's the key. Robin, as well as the lower age of 18, there should be an upper age advisory limit of 50. I think that would be doing in force. But from a personal point of view, I think you're right. After 40, your body deteriorates. I think well, mine stopped. Well, body deteriorates, but you understand what I mean? Tolerance to alcohol was I couldn't get over the hangovers. Hangovers were hideous when I got to the late 30s. Then I had anxiety and all this sort of thing. Hope you benefit from these lives. If you do, please feel free to drop a super chats in. It helps the channel. Or buy me a coffee link on the right there. And it keeps the channel at, well, number 1 with this, I think. Well, I know it is really. I don't think you have an upper age limit. There is an advisory, but then again, you go into any of the supermarkets, and somebody said earlier, 2 for 1. Stuart, with regards to what you're saying about young people not drinking, I also think as they get older and start having trouble in life, they'll like to start drinking. 100%. I totally agree, Stuart. Yeah. And B89, your video about how many units for Westlands were hit. Yeah, we regularly drink 4 on work night. There you go. Now, if you turn up, as I said before, where's the super chat? Anybody know? It's on the channel. You've done it. I think you've done it before. I think the super chat is like the super thanks or something it's called, isn't it? Super chat, super thanks. I think it is. But anybody knows exactly where it is. But thanks, Lisa. Oh, there's a coffee link there. You can stick something in there if you want. I'm not exactly sure where it is. I think it's on the front of the screen. I don't really like look at many lives. I was thinking, find it somewhere. Cheers, Lisa. John, did you remember all those little bottles of Baby Sham? Yeah, Baby Sham. Jesus. Drinker last year, I was so drunk during Christmas. The table full of empty bottles and no one cleaning one done. It's horrible to see the day after. Yeah, it's horrible, isn't it? Can you tell Lisa where the super chat is, please? John, do you know where it is? Oh, you just supported it, haven't you? Could you tell Lisa on here how to get the super chat, please? Because she wants to donate a little bit towards the channel. Dennis, how are you doing? Someone having the first drink is like lighting a fuse of firework. You can put it out before it goes bad. Yeah, you can't put it out. That's right. Yeah, you cannot, can you? It's terrible how it actually takes over, isn't it? It's the real app's got me, man. So John says, Lisa, it's on the right hand side of the chat bar. If that makes sense, Lisa. John knows what he's talking about. I don't know if you got that, Lisa. On the right hand side of the bar, chat bar. Someone having the first drink is like lighting a fire, fusing a firework. Yeah, you can't put it out. It's gone, isn't it? Yeah. John to Lisa, it's got a dollar on it. Sign. Yeah, they're right about the firework. It's like it's too late, isn't it? Well, alcoholism's a bit like that. It's a bit like you get to a point where you know you're drinking heavily and you know it's causing you problems, but you can't reel it back, and then you lose that grip completely, and then you just fall off the cliff, and then the firework has gone bang. Then, in my case, you got to get there before, but just don't start. That's the thing. Everyone says that all the time, but it's not that easy, is it? If it was so easy, I would have stopped drinking at the age of 29 when I went to the doctors. And the doctor said, you need to cut down. Ideally stop. And I said, well, I think it's a good idea. Walked out the doctor and started again. Because I didn't believe it. You never think you're going to be the one that ends up with a problem. But suddenly you've got a problem. And then you fight through the anxiety, because by the time you get the anxiety, you're pretty much hooked. Lisa, can't see it. Hi, Lisa. See this link at the top? There's a coffee link. You put some in there if you want. Thanks for doing that. So when you get to the point where you're feeling really, really terrible, then you tend to drink to get over the terrible feeling, if that makes sense, which is double whammy, isn't it? And then you start the cycle of just completely going through this anxiety, drink. Hold on, Lisa. I've never done one myself. Thanks for that. So you need to avoid this self-medication thing is what I call it, because you go through the stage where you maybe have what I'll call a hair of the dog drink. I don't know where they get that from, hair of the dog. It makes you feel a bit better. And then you start to get to the point where the hair of the dog, if I need to drink in the morning, and I might need another one lunchtime, and all this kind of, and then you start to drink through the day, and you're really knackered. Matthew, I had 6 days off but still smoking. It's hard. I've never smoked, but I can imagine trying to give up 2 things at once is a bit much for anybody, unless you're super strong. So, it must be hard to give up 2 things, but alcohol, so I'm told, is one of the most difficult to give up, because the availability, like I said, I had another friend who used to drink a lot. I used to climb out the window, and he's a fit lad. He was a builder, and shimmy down the what's it called? Drain pipe thing. And go to the garage and get some cans sitting in the garden at night drinking and then go back to bed. I must admit, my partner would know if I moved by an inch and then got out of the house. John, I'm not sure if the link is there. You haven't linked the card to Google, not sure. Lisa. Thanks, John, for the information there. So, yeah, be mindful of your emotions at Christmas. And you also have to be aware of what other people are pushing you into. What there's a lot of people say, I feel guilty for my mates. And they're not your mates, some of these people. A real mate would support you. I've lost so many contacts, not mates, because I've got my life in order. People love to see you down. That's just human nature. There's a lot of jealousy in the world. Jealousy is a terrible, terrible emotion. It's stronger than love. Jealousy is linked to a lot of crime and that sort of thing. But you've got to work for yourself here. You've got to be a little bit, I need to be healthy for myself. That's how you do it. I need to be healthy for myself because I want to feel better. I want to do this in life. I don't want to just sit around the pub every day because there's nothing in the pub. It used to be. Well, Lisa, thanks so much for that amazing donation. That's incredible. Thanks. I really appreciate that. You've been the support for a long time now, and it's amazing. It makes a big difference to the channel, and thanks so much. It's wonderful. That. Thank you. I'm going to put the thing there. So yeah, avoid the temptation and avoid the triggers, I suppose. The where you go and certain places you go to, which have people in there who are going to maybe push you on to drinking. You don't want to do that because that's a really, really bad thing. When people don't support you, and it's got to be, you don't want to die. It's not just that, it's the fact that you can become disabled by it. It's the fact that a lot of them cause cancers. It can cause heart attacks, strokes, aneurysms, all sorts of things. Big up for Lisa there, and for John for the coffees and MJ as well. Thanks for all the support. It's really good. Thanks, Lisa, again. Cheers. Let's all look after each other here because we have to work as a team, I think. I haven't been on much this week, but I'm going to be on a little bit more next week. Well, I've got to London and Manchester, but I'll try and get on in the hotel even a bit later. Drink, I also smoke, but it's less now. That's good then, because you've been off the booze for a little while. Try and do the two, dovetail the two together, because you will feel better losing both the habits. Because I still go through this thing in my head. My habits turn to an addiction, rather than people saying you're totally addicted or something. I just want everybody to be well. It's such a nice thing when you feel well, and you don't feel rough all the time. Then you don't want to be like, I don't know, fighting off the hangover, fighting off the anxiety, and you're kind of doing it. There's no such thing as a functioning alcoholic. You're not functioning at all. You're just trying to get through the day. You strive for mediocrity. Like I said, you lose your purpose, you lose your light, you lose your reason for being, really, don't you? Cheers, Lisa, and we'll get you back on track, don't worry. Philip, hi Stu, it's not until you actually get very ill that you realise how much damage has been done. That's very true. In my case, it's true, yes. As I found out very similar to your journey. Thanks, get from. Yeah. I understand, Phil, you shouldn't have to get to the bottom. But, it's one of them things, isn't it? That we don't mean to get there. Kevin, I'm encouraged by your video. Thanks, Kevin. Lisa, worth it. Thanks so much. Amanda Roberts. Of the two, I feel the alcohol is far worse for me than smoking. 100% agree. Samantha, good to see you again. Congratulations, Matthew. Yeah, well done, Matthew. Drink 1, 2, 3. Now I get cravings for like healthy foods like tomatoes, lettuce, and spinach. Well, that's good, isn't it? Mine's chocolate, but I managed to stay off chocolate for 2 days, which is a bit of a miracle, really. No chocolate for 2 days. My partner's been helping me. Chocolate is nice. I didn't have a sweet tooth, when I was younger, which is like savoury stuff. Maybe it's trying to replace something, I don't know where it is with chocolate, but a little bit of chocolate's not going to kill you, is it? But alcohol will. John, I'm 50 next week. On 90th, well done. Half a century. Well, remind me, John, to come back on here. We'll do a 50th birthday party, I think. Well, some celebration, not a party. Roy JM, I gave up vaping in April and drink in mid-August. Fantastic. I started craving some alcohol, whereas I don't even think about vaping. That's interesting. We were just talking about vaping the other day, actually. I didn't get many cravings, me. It was a case of something would just trigger my mind. I wonder what it's like to try one. I wasn't craving it all the time, but I really like the bar chocolate now. And I'm going to have some there. But I think, what do I like to have one? That was always the first one. And a lot of people say that. Most people say that. Kevin, my brother's friend, passed away 3 weeks ago. He's from source of 48. Wow, it's very young, isn't it? I said it's presenting younger. You've got to stop because it can kill you for all sorts of reasons. Obviously, liver problems, blood problems, kidney issues, heart attacks, strokes, all this sort of thing, all linked to alcohol. It pushes your blood pressure up massively, alcohol, And you tend not to look after your health when you're drinking. And you don't look after your teeth, you don't do anything, and you look a mess. 48 swing, isn't it? So chocolate used to taste better, I think, especially Cadbury chocolate. Yeah. Anyway, any chocolate, just matchmakers are good. Drink our Belgian chocolate is the best. Of course it is. That's amazing, isn't it? A little bit softer, I think. Anything with nuts in. That's nice. Good. It's like good bit of chocolate, but don't have too much. I mean, the main thing is get off the booze, obviously. Urban angst. I never had a sweet tooth until quitting the booze. Not me, really. It's very similar. In the first few months of sobriety, it was crazy craving. Sometimes I would actually eat sugar from the bag with a spoon. Jesus, wasn't that bad, but I get where you come from. Yes, a bit of chocolate. It's a funny one. Actually, funny enough, when I was in the police, I don't know why they did this. Anybody who was late for earlies used to have to buy donuts. And when I was quite a young sergeant at the West End, I said, "Do never buy me effing donuts. Get me a pasty, savoury." Spoon from the bag. Interesting, but there you go. So we need to keep everybody off the booze, and the only way to do it, well, the best way to do it, I think, is to have some other plan of action. You can't just sit around watching daft TV or listening to sad music. Music. Get out for a walk. Think about how well you will be if you don't drink, or you cut it down if you're trying to taper off, and think about how horrendous and hideous it is when you're back on the booze and you in a hangover state, and then you're going to jump to withdrawal state where you're shaking, you're sweating, you can't eat, your digestive system's up the spout, all this sort of thing. John, health goes on the back burner when you're drinking. It's always next month, the next week. It is. You don't go to the doctors and get other things checked when you're drinking, you see. You just leave it. You try and patch it up yourself. Next tomorrow, I used to eat chicken tindaloo and chicken fowl. Chicken fowl. When I was on the piss, I couldn't do it now. Just goes to show how much alcohol affects the nerve venues. That's a good point. I can eat Madras. No way I'd have a vindaloo now, though. No chance. The fowl, I'd never even tried that even when I was, a professional drinker, really. I couldn't even. Vindaloo's maximum. I only had a couple of them in my life. I heard of this fowl thing. But now, you're right, yeah. But it's chili. God, I took, them bonnet things, Scotch bonnet chilies? Have them by accident the week. Hideous. Like lying to the tap. Some urbanized. Fun fact: a standard 12-ounce can of soda typically contains about 3 to 4 tablespoons of sugar. I had a discussion today with my partner. She got a glass of Coke. A lot of sugar in these drinks, isn't there? That's why there's so much people criticise me because drinking this Guinness Zero. I'd much rather drink that than pop, as it were. I call it pop. Soda, you call it soda, whatever it is, Coke, Diet Coke, and all this. There's a lot of sugar in it. But I'm past winning too much alcohol about that's general health. But certainly the main thing is for most people here is get off the booze, then look at the diets. But that's so true that 3 to 4 tablespoons of sugar, that's madness, isn't it? It's a lot of sugar. I used to eat ramen noodles when I was drunk. Oh, I quite like them actually. Did you ever go to Wagamama's? I thought they were in Belgium. John, chicken fowl blow. I had one once, but I couldn't finish it. It's like 10,000 times, 100 times hotter than Vindaloo. Jesus. I wonder if they just put it straight back in the pan when you can't eat it and resell it, We eat some funny stuff when we're on the booze. We thought we don't eat properly, do we? When you're heavily into the booze, you don't have breakfast. You don't have lunch. You don't have dinner. You don't have any vegetables and fruit. You're just grabbing pieces of pizza and tins of soup and big sandwiches, just all processed stuff, you're not having anything healthy. You can't be bothered to cook, can you? You can't even bother to go to the shop, or you can't drive there. You get something delivered now. The whole cycle is getting worse. That's why there's so many obese people who are drinking and smoking. It's just explode, isn't it? It's an accident waiting to happen, isn't it? So next time you reach for that can of pop, maybe you spoon the sugar right from the bag instead. Kidding. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. There's a lot of sugar, isn't it? Tomorrow my teeth started to leave me just after my wife died. My wife did. The amount of sugar and alcohol I was consuming probably got me to bear. Really, it's funny now because I drank probably as much as you, but I didn't drink spirits. I didn't drink wine, but my teeth are really good. Never had any problems with my teeth. And I'm surprised because I didn't go to the dentist for years because I always felt too anxious. I was even anxious, so anxious I couldn't go to the hairdresser and sit in a chair for months. I used to have a drink before I went to the hairdressers, That's crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. Amanda, this is all so true. My son is on vodka and his stomach is huge, really worried for him. You need to get him to the doctors as soon as possible. Because if that is ascites fluid, then it's really dangerous. It's what I had and it nearly killed me. Because it's when you get cirrhosis, your liver shrinks, it hardens, can't process anything. This excess fluid goes in the peritoneum, causes this problem, ascites fluid, which can affect the kidneys. And then you're really in trouble. If that fluid gets infected, you get something called spontaneous bacterial peritonitis, which I had. Only 50% of people who go in hospital ever come out if they've got those two things, ascites and the SBP, right? So you'll be really, really careful. He's under a doctor, but I can't get him to go. He needs to go. Or at least speak to me, because it's horrendous that. It's very dangerous, especially if you get this infection which I've got. How old is he? It's unusual to get that. You may have cirrhosis. It could be something else, but if he's drinking too much, then it could well be there's something seriously wrong, John Doe, yeah, definitely somewhere. I'm getting dental problems now. It's all sugar. I'm surprised I didn't. Well, I'm the wrong side of 60, as it were, and I have got no dental problems. Never had. So maybe I've been lucky, I don't know. But yeah, getting back to Amanda there, you need to get your son to the doctor or get a visit or something, give him a shake because it's going to cause a lot of problems now, a lot of issues. Yes, anxiety was my big thing. I don't know if you get anxiety or not, but it's all come back to this. All the problems will come back if you're currently off the drink or you're trying to taper down, and because it's Christmas time, you go crazy again. That's talking about use crazy again. Then you're going to have massive issues with alcohol, and every relapse makes things worse, doesn't it? That's the problem. For the I end up with ascites and cirrhosis of the liver. It's not fun. No, I agree. Not fun at all. Have you got over that, Phil? As in, the liver functions better. Urban Drinker 123, if you're ever tempted to eat ramen again, check out the nutritional chart on the back of the packet. Is it rough? Handyman, good day, buddy. How are you doing? Love your content, helps me a lot. Thank you. Really? Thanks so much, Handyman. Nice to see you. So, Steve, the amount of lager you were drinking, or your teeth were getting constantly pressure washed. Yeah, you're right there. That's a good one, yeah. Pressure washed. No, it's bizarre, that, isn't it? Pressure washed, yeah. That's a good. It's very funny. 20 to 25 pence. Amanda, he's 40, got PIP for anxiety, which made it all worse. He spends all his money on it. I did wonder if I should call an ambulance, but NHS so stretched. What do you say about peritonitis, please? When you have ascites fluid in the peritoneum, or the line of the stomach belly, you can get something called if you look up SBP on Google or ChatGPT, SBP alcohol related, it's called spontaneous bacterial peritonitis. Now, I didn't know I had it initially, but they did test and they suddenly put me on this drip. And I had this fluid drained off because the ascites fluid had to be drained off me hundreds of times, or after 2.5 years in hospital, every other week. So when the fluid's in the system, if that gets infected, that can kill you. And statistics at the moment are, that's what I read, because I was told I was going to die in 2019. The chances are high I was going to die. I speak about this rationally now because it nearly killed me. 50% of people who go in with both ascites, which is the fluid, and the spontaneous bacterial peritonitis will not come out of hospital. They'll die. It's that serious. Seriously. I'm sorry to bring that news to you, but it might not be that. I'm just thinking I would ring 111 if you're in the UK. Obviously, the NHS, yeah, and get their advice on it. But you'll have to. The NHS aren't that stretched. I know people who are in the NHS. I know doctors. They're not that stretched. It's like saying the police are stretched. It goes back to the thing where you ring the police up and you say there's a burglar in my shed and they won't come. Oh, I've got nobody to come out. You ring up 10 minutes later and say, I've shot the burglar. You've got a helicopter and 4 cars at your door within seconds. It's like that with the NHS. They're not that stretched enough for serious things. You'll get in if you need to get in. So I wouldn't hold back on that. No problem, Amanda, but it's worth doing a little search on the internet and just read about the site flu. Read about, how it swells up. And read about this SPP. It's not good. But as I said before, it's a dangerous substance, isn't it? It's alcohol. It took me to the bottom and took some more at the bottom, a few others, to try, get over it. Here we are. We're still fighting, aren't we? We're still around. We're trying to enjoy every day. There's not a long, are we? Well, let's get back to Christmas then. Not many days left. 13 days it'll be Christmas Day. And you just got to get through them. 13 days to get the new year. Not long. 2nd of December. Sorry, 2nd of January. Then you've cracked it. Numbers. I drank the week for far too much and have some stomach issues afterwards. Would this be IBS? I'm not sure. Maybe see a doctor on that. I mean, I'm not a doctor. I just know all about the alcohol effects, I think you'd know when you've got the ascites because it's very tense. You get pain and that sort of thing. I don't know what age you are, but like I say, I'm not a medic, so it's best to maybe check the doctor with that one. Because I can only give advice what happened to me, which was this ascites fluid and this SPP stuff, which wasn't nice. And then obviously I kept going with this flu, just wouldn't go away. Eventually it did, but my body fought back. 40, okay. Maybe get it checked out, but check if it's tense in your stomach, and if you've got any other issue, Kathy. But best go and see the doctor on that one, I think. Definitely. Kathy, someone, I hope you will consider quitting smoking cigarettes. I did. It wasn't easy, but now I have zero interest in smoking. The craving really goes away. That's good, Kathy. Got rid of them both. Kevin, I look forward to the new year. This time of year is very stressful and expensive. Yeah, it's crazy when you're an adult now. Amanda, hit the like, guys. Yeah, like and subscribe to the videos. If you do wish to support the channel, there's a super chats button for you can donate on there. I've got a buy me a coffee link that somebody's using. Thanks for your support so far. Be good. Amanda, hope all goes well. Make sure you see the doctor. Yeah, you got to, haven't you? Get the doctor's visit. That's just what I said. Yeah, cheers, John, for endorsing that. He's got to see the doctor sooner rather than later. But ring 111 tonight. I would. Although he's 40, he's still, he's in a mess. I was in a mess. Eventually I got sorted out, get him. Just ring the helpline. But sometimes you've got to lay out a bit thick so he's got pains and that sort of thing. Because I didn't want to go to hospital. I waited until the last knockings. I think I was weeks from death. Well, I got there. Get him there as soon as you can. Ultra, I've been back at work last few days, been fully sober. Great, Ultra, that's good news, isn't it? A lot of success stories. Just keep fighting on. Don't pick up the first drink. Don't get this trap of Christmas time. A lot of people I've got messages from, so I'm worried about my brother's trying to get me to go to a party. Just forget it. Your health is more important than a couple of hours laugh in the pub. It's not even a laugh, is it? It's just bollocks, the pub, isn't it, really? A lot of people trying to feel good because the country's in a mess. It's just not good. I still think that I don't think you can put an age of it on, but I think there's a certain time in life when you need to give it up. You need to get a bit. My dad just said it died in 2021. You need to get a grip. I agree with that. I quit nicotine and caffeine too because they were making me impulsive. So I've had 3 withdrawal symptoms on the job in a nightmare. I bet you can't be on that. Get rid of it because it will give you anxiety even when you've stopped for a while. You get anxiety. You've got to battle through that. Kathy, yes, I should have tried vaping, but it would taste my chest. I would love it to give it up. £700 a month for cigarettes. Wow, how much is a pack of cigarettes now then? So, on Christmas Day there will be about 20 of us. I will be only one not drinking. I could question and pressure every time. Sigma of not drinking is outrageous. Okay, I'll put this to you, Chester. Do you want to live a good life, or do you want to die early? That's it. And you just say, I don't drink. I don't like it. It's not doing me any good. Goodbye. That's the end of it. Because they can walk away from it and you can't. That's the difference. Social drinkers have three choices. They can be social drinkers, for start, drink themselves to death, or they can stop. We haven't got the social drinking option. We've only got drink yourself to death, or stop. That's how it goes, unfortunately. Okay, question. Pressure. Yeah, I think New Year's Eve is going to be worse than Christmas for us recovering alcoholics. Why do you think that, Sub? Why is it going to be worse? Yeah, the nicotine makes me completely out of control when I get deep into the drink, so I can't stabilise. Yeah, it's not good, is it? We got both. Thanks, handyman. Chris, good evening, Steve, and all. I hope you're well and have a good week. Thanks, mate. Hope, and you too. Urban, this year my schedule is already lined up with sober holiday events from potlucks, the local community centre. I may have even volunteered at a local church. That's what you should be doing. Soup kitchen to help other people. Helping other people helps you massively. Only one is too many, thousand is enough. So true. You can't afford to go back now. Chester, I just say I can't do with the hangover anymore, but the truth is it will kill me. Just tell them you don't feel well enough. Because you've got to be mindful. It is a big killer. It's not good. And there was this. I don't know. It was for me that I don't drink. I thought when I made a plan of actually I was off for 8 years. I'm not going to speak. Not going to maybe associate with people so much, that I used to drink with, and that worked as well. It's around £13 to 18 for a packet of 20. Wow, it's a lot of money, isn't it? Packet of 20. How long was the packet last year? A lot of cash in it. I used to know a woman who used to smoke 40 a day and drink. Still alive. I don't know how she's still alive. The solicitor one I used to work with. And it was like, how can you smoke 40 a day and drink 4 bottles of wine a day? It's mad, isn't it? But she's still here. Strong constitution. But I'll tell you one thing she did do. It was cook food from scratch. Be mindful what you're eating as well. When you start to get sober, you've got to watch what you eat well. Some swap to nicotine pouches. You can get them £2 to £3 a pack online next day delivery, and they're great for getting off the smokes. That's interesting. So these patches were them. People 100% will relapse over the holidays. Just get your head screwed on and make sure it doesn't include you. Yeah, that's a good. It's a strong message, and it's true. As my dad used to say, get a grip. Fucking grow up, And that's the top and bottom of it. Because I've got nothing better than I could just sit down and have a few Stellas, watch a bit of TV, get a curry order. I'd feel fucking terrible tomorrow. I'm not going to do it. I don't think about it every day, In fact, I'm so sober now. I feel great, And because I'm doing this as well, helps to focus my mind on things. And my life. Somebody told me a few years ago, oh, my life would be like this. I wouldn't have believed them. It's such a change, and anybody who's recovered will tell you that. The change in lifestyle and everything is, and how you feel, how you relax. Because once you can relax without alcohol, you've won it, haven't you? Chris, when I was in college, I drank and smoked ridiculous quantities. Wow, smoking. I've never smoked, as I said. It's strange. It's linked, isn't it? Well, good shot. You could be under something there. I used to roll my own until I lost my ring finger in a trolling accident. Bloody hell, I've had a few knocks, you haven't you? No. Well, I mean, I've been run over. Been in a shooting incident, been stabbed in the leg. A few broken noses, no. Thanks, Big Store, for the coffee donation. Really appreciate that. It makes a big difference to the channel. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Big star. There's a lot of people who watch you don't comment, but I really appreciate them. Donation of what we've had tonight's been good. Nice to see everybody. We have next beer and curry for the next time on horrendous. Next your digestive system, isn't it? John Doe, last time I smoked cigarettes, they were about £6 a packet, now they're 17 quid. Jesus. Big Star, there's Samara said they're between 13 and 18. Oh, thanks, Big Star. Thanks so much for that. Good man. So if anybody wants to support the channel, just buy me a coffee link there or the super chat. And thanks for everybody who's helped tonight. It keeps the channel I think it's number one, to be honest, for information, to be honest. What about 1.5? Yeah, it's the same as cigarette. Right. Got you. Thank you. Okay, Amanda, it's off. Right. Okay. Can you do me a favour, Amanda? I'm gonna give me a number here. Get the phone, and ring 111 for some advice at least. Yeah, even if it's just for your own peace of mind, and then text me what you get through. It'll help you. Because if he's got what I had, he needs to be seen double quick because of the complications which could come out of all this. Honeyman, when I was a smoker, I did 3 packs a day. So drinking to days, it was 5 packs of cigarettes. Jesus, for the days of quit. That's amazing. You bet your bank balance is better, though. 1.5 same cigarette. That's good. 5 packs of cigarettes. Like, is that? My parents used to smoke, and they gave up when my sister was born, I think. But they had friends who were NHS used to smoke, but the chain smoke, like, how one, light another one up, like that. John, I hope your son is okay. So do I do, John. You need to get them seen by a doc. You could afford a new car. Jesus, yeah. I mean, the Subaru spent 70 quid a month. You can lease a Porsche for that. You can. It's mad, isn't it? I mean, 15 years ago. Wow. A lot of booze. A lot of money. When you factor in the booze and the cigarettes, how much is that a month? A couple of grand? Could be, couldn't it? 1,500. All or nothing when smoking and drinking. Yeah, wow. Although I was chain smoking cigarettes and doing other stuff and was going through 2 to 3 max and never took the cigarette out of my mouth. You must have been rushing them. Well, thank you all. Yeah, please do that and let me know what's going on there, because it's a serious game this. I'm glad everyone's come on tonight. I think I'll do another one tomorrow night. Keep it going, keep people motivated through this time. So I'm going away next week. We'll try and fit a couple in. One up at the hotel. I'm just going on my own. Not my partner, so I've got a bit of time at night and I'll do a couple of lives. But if in the meantime anybody wants me to cover any subjects, just drop me a line, yeah? I also do one-to-one mentoring and support, which has proved to be really helpful for people. Gets a lot of people off the booze, because I tell it how it is. I'll tell you how to stop, basically. It's not nice, but some people have to be told. And then under 504, somebody had one hanging out of my mouth all day. Wow. I must admit, man, when I went join the police in my 20s, and I got the Panda car, the Panda cars? We didn't have a lot of cars, some of them more walkers and vehicles. Always stank of smoke. I remember getting into a car once, and driving along this car, and I think it was Oxford Street or something like that. I hear this clank, clank, clank. And I got back to the station. I looked underneath the seat, there was 4 empty bottles of, wasn't it brown ale? It was something like that anyway. Oh, it was barley wine or something. The previous officer had in the car. And loads of cigarettes. There nothing worse than lighting a cigarette the wrong way around in the dark. Jesus Christ. That sounds hideous. I'm going to try to smoke, yes. Yeah, get off the booze, save some money. John, yeah, they did. They had mini Met. It's funny, I was telling my partner that the other day. She couldn't believe that we put 4 coppers in there. Absolute madness. Bloody mini Metros. The Met had them between 86 and 96. Terrible cars. I was handyman. I was working in a smoke shop. Really? So easy. It was part of the job to be on the level with the customers' night. Terrible, that. Yeah, I'll do it on Christmas Day night, no problem. I planned that anyway. Amanda, why not? But put a little video out short. Panda, that's the worst car ever. Those Panda. Yeah, I will do that, man. I definitely will do a Christmas Day live. No problem at all. Yeah, the smoke shop. I'll tell you another thing. Because I didn't smoke. Remember they put smoke carriages on the trains? I remember coming from London. I met this guy from Liverpool in London. He was going up north. And he said he needed a smoke. I'll come with you. You know when they had the bars on too. You get a drink. They had walked around with this pint and he went in the smoke. It was like something out of like CS gas training that the special forces do. Oh, thanks, Big Star. Yeah, I'll definitely do a live Christmas Day. There's not much to do Christmas Day anyway, so really get sick of people and chocolates and stupid things. I don't watch TV anyway. I'll probably go for a walk somewhere. I quit cigarettes in 2005. The health improvement was felt immediately. To this day, I still get emotionally momentary craving. Then it'll pass smoking on the street, and the smoke gives me a instant headache. We were in Turkey recently. I've never, ever been so affected by smoking. My partner gets a bit of asthma. Jesus, it's just like, what? Everybody smoked. I mean, everybody. Even going around the streets, there's smoke everywhere. Thanks, Big Star. Got to be careful with nicotine pouches, though they go up to 10 times strength of cigarettes. Who send you crazy? Jesus Christ! All these things are bad for you, aren't they? You can easily go through 20 a day, 10 times dose. Bloody hell! John, I haven't been on a train since the 2000s. Done the serve drinks. They don't have the bar. They just have a trolley that comes down. You can go to a little bar and get a can. It's not like you used to have. You know, they had on draft. They used to have draft drinks. You can still get a drink, which is not on draft. Someone on an additional hammer could not compact the amount of cigarette butts in my car. God, I'm thinking about the car. In Germany, you can order beers on the train. Yeah, you can. You can still get them, but they used to have a bar on the trains. You know, 125 trains. You go and pour a pint on draft, which is good. Honeyman, the pouches burn your lips like chewing tomato. Wow. Honeyman, you can get less harsh flavour spearmint. ZYN. Okay. All right, folks, we've done just over an hour there, which has been good. And thanks to everybody who's donated. Anybody wants any help, my number's here. Just text me. I've also got some other things going on which will be released in the new year. But I just want to get everybody healthy and happy. That's the main thing. And certainly don't let yourself down. You know, I can't tell you not to drink. I'm just saying it's going to massively make a dent in your wallet and your health. It's not good. It's much better being so. I now realise that. Maybe it's been too late for me. It's not late. It's never too late to stop. Something's got to be done for your health. Because when you lie in the hospital bed, as I was a few years ago, you just want to be able to walk out there. I couldn't even walk, you know. And I used to rely on people for everything. You become very vulnerable when you're in hospital with health problems. And this is, you know, something which we could avoid if we can get sober, stick as a team and do it, you know, and make sure everyone's tickety-boo. Big Star got off cigarettes by vaping. Oh, go on, Steve. Good night, Steve. Good night, John. No problem, Big Star. Chris, good night, Steve, and have a good weekend. Happy sober weekend, yeah. Thanks to you. Thank you, gang. Hope to see you all soon. Yeah. Good night, Samantha. See you soon. I hope everyone's had a good chat and hope everyone has a sober and a wonderful weekend. And I will be on before Christmas and at Christmas, and I promise to do a Christmas Day one. Thanks, Lisa. I hope you're well again very soon. Thanks for your amazing donation, and thanks to everybody else who's donated and helped, and the coffees, all this sort of thing. Siobhan, 3253, thanks. Also, just a little note, some of the comments, we've got a system where you can actually leave a voice message, so if you're a strange man leaving a message, it's me. It hasn't been rolled out everybody yet, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to maybe get a little bit more of the comments and get a bit more information to you more quickly. But you've got my number, all the links on the descriptions, and I'll see you very soon. Maybe even tomorrow. But if I'm going to do it tomorrow, I'll put a show out, and we'll catch you all later. And God bless. See you later.